Thanks for tuning in, guys, to the Peston Lawn Engine. Today, we're going to be taking an up-close look at the Yarbo Yard Assistant and the M1 Lawn Maintenance Module. Super excited to do this review. I recently unboxed and used Yarbo's Yard Assistant with the snowblower attachment, and I've been waiting for the day to get my hands on this M1 lawnmower. Those of you who aren't familiar with the Yarbo Yard Assistant, it is a perimeter wire-free bot that has attachments so it can take care of several of your property or yard needs. The current modules that are available for the body are the included smart cover, the two-stage snowblower, the leaf blower, and of course the M1 lawnmower. Each of these modules are controllable even remotely through the app, which sets them apart from the competition. Now, before diving into the M1 mower, let's talk about the Yarbo's main body for just a second. The Yarbo Yard Assistant baseline price with the smart cover is $3,499, and this is not a Kickstarter. It's a real product that's been post-Kickstarter for about 2 years, and it's absolutely loaded with tech. Now, I'm going to post a link in the description of the video if you want to see all the nitty-gritty details aside from what I'm talking about in the video. Now, I know the price might sound a little shocking until you realize what the Yard Assistant can actually do. The Yarbo Bot modules come with front binocular cameras, side cameras, 5 ultrasonic sensors, and LED lights, allowing the bot to run safely 24 hours a day. True to its perimeter wire-free form, it also includes a wireless charger, and the Yarbo will run upwards of 2 to 3 hours and return to charge itself when the battery runs low. Now, Yarbo's modules are not small by any means, and some of them weigh upwards of 65 pounds, so they had to design the bot itself, or the main body, to handle the weight.
You like them sumo squats? It comes in at a whopping 105 pounds.
The benefit of a machine weighing this much is it can handle the modules on the front, but with its low center of gravity, it can also tow up to 3,500 pounds. Yeah, that's right. It can tow up to a car. Now, the more practical uses about this are is you can attach wheelbarrows or carts behind it. So if you've got some yard projects where you're digging out dirt or you're weeding, comes with a follow me now feature, so you don't have to actually do the carting around the yard. Now, when you're throwing a brick of money at the wall, Yarbo understands that you're going to be expecting a hassle-free system. So Yarbo's backed this up with what they would call their 2-year fast replacement warranty. So in the instance that your unit has any issues, they'll just send you a replacement within 7 to 10 days and you just swap it out, which means that your downtime is very limited. When it comes to the M1 mower, she's built different than others and was designed to handle both simple and rugged terrain. The M1 module features front binocular cameras, allowing for smart obstacle detection and avoidance, a very sensitive bumper,
The height of... Oh, shh. Nice.
that goes around the entire module, a 20-inch cutting deck that can handle up to 6 acres of mow space, has a 3.5-hour runtime, can handle mowing up to 18,000 square feet per charge, has the smart cover built into the front of the module, complete with LED lights, making it capable of nighttime mowing, and the M1's flexed hinge design, where it attached to the body and the front rake, allows this beast to not only take a beating, but also allows it to go over bumpy terrain and pavers and stumps up to 1.5 inches. Where others get stuck, the Yarbo succeed, tackling up to a 35-degree hill or slope with ease. You can see that flex hinge design in action. Now, height of cuts range from 1.2 inches on up to 4 inches, so it can handle any type of grass, and high efficient mowing paths like a traditional mower that changes directions. Not to mention, all of this is controllable through the app. It comes with that massive deck, and the stripes that is laying down look awesome because of the tread on the tires. So you do get lawn stripes throughout the lawn, and it looks like a professional has been here. Now, the treads on the tires are far more aggressive when it comes to the snow blowing module. So they've included these inserts to soften it up for the grass, because that was one of my biggest concerns, was rutting. The tank style design also helps with traversing different types of landscapes, even gravel. You can tell that much of the M1 design appears to have been taken from ride-on mower technology, from the flexible deck to the industrial caster wheels to its multi-point turning to avoid digging ruts in the grass, but Yarbo's always striving to solve problems. One massive issue with these style cutting devices is the grass getting caught up in the deck. So Yarbo made a raised deck away from the cutting wheel, and the cutting wheels are actually manufactured with steel and are driven by these massive motors.
They even put little details in, like these diffusers, to help keep the debris out.
Here's one of the coolest parts about it.
If you look by the handle of the M1 module, it's got power outlets and hookups for an attachable string trimmer and edger.
What? Yeah, an attachable string trimmer. And you can have two of them, one on each side. Because of the way that it does its GPS navigation system, it has pinpoint precision. The Yarbo is a perimeter wire-free system, which means it has an RTK antenna that goes up to the satellites in the sky, comes down and communicates with their navigation system called VIO, which stands for Visual Inertia Odometer. Now, this is actually pretty cool stuff. Now, hold my kombucha while I try to explain this.
You'll notice the two antennas. It's going to take both signals and figure out the middle point between each of them. And at the same time, it calculates the angle and the slope level of the machine, giving it pinpoint accuracy.
This becomes extremely helpful in areas that have moderate to extremely steep slopes.
Combined with the front binocular cameras, the side cameras, the ODOM, and the ultrasonic sensors, you get pinpoint accuracy, or what Yarbo is calling Enhanced Precise Positioning Vision System, or PPVS.
Now, the Ginger's been around these robot mowers for a very long time, and I would say the number one complaint is when it gets into wooded areas or tree areas with heavy shade and it gets a weak signal. The robot just starts walking around and doing its own thing and eventually runs up a tree or off a cliff. Which is why I'm at this specific house, because we wanted to give this the biggest challenge that it could possibly take. And I would say more often than not, any other robot on the market, it's going to lose signal, including the Yarbo. So now you're probably wondering, well, why'd you tell me that? Well, check this out. The Wi-Fi Halo system has an antenna that's capable of streaming 15 megabits up, 15 megabits down.
Up to 200 meters or 656 feet.
Which means you get a lot of coverage with this, with the capabilities of streaming at 1080p. What makes this so special is a normal, let's say, V-SLAM technology or vision technology. All it's really doing is detecting where the boundary is and if it's got grass or not. So basically, if you hit a dead spot in the lawn, it's just going to start wandering around like one of those old Roombas and just kind of bouncing around until it gets the eye in the sky again, and then it will go back to its spot. What makes this system so unique
is it's constantly recording at 5 frames per second and referencing the recorded material when it loses GPS signal through the Wi-Fi Halo system.
So when it gets in these situations where it's got less signal, weak signal or loss of signal, it's going to detect and remember how many linear feet, where the obstacles were, and where they were, so it will actually keep its pattern underneath the trees. For those of you guys who've been complaining about some of the competitors losing signal and it can't do your property, proof is in the pudding. That's where the Yarbo comes in.
Now, when it comes to Yarbo's app, it's pretty easy to use. You can connect Bluetooth via what they would call hotspot mode, but it also allows you to run remote, as I previously mentioned before. You can change your height of cut, set up different zones, no-go zones, set up the rain sensor stoppages, mowing overlap past distance, change the mow patterns, and it even has an option to go over the lawn twice to ensure a quality cut.
Now let's just say you're all done with mowing, but you've noticed you've got a lot of thatch in the lawn. Well, with the tow mode, it allows you to add third-party devices such as a dethatcher like the one that we have here. This is not designed by Yarbo, but they are designing these pieces of equipment so that you can get as creative as you possibly want. Now, one of the other huge benefits is the storage capacity. These modulars are much smaller than storing a traditional gas-powered lawnmower. The modular design cuts down on storage space, so no more storing that bulky two-stage snowblower. If you don't know my first impressions, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. She checks all the box. 18,000 square feet and a 3-hour charge. She'll do upwards of 2 acres in 24 hours. She's got front LEDs. She can work at night. She's got an obstacle avoidance that nobody else can match, including allowing to mow in shady areas. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up down in the comments down below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Until next time, guys, it's the Pest and Lawn Ninja. We're slaying lawns.